The short track stretch. The NASCAR Support Series conquered the high banks of Rockingham Speedway in a weekend defined by teenage phenoms and internet breaking debuts. On the dirt, the regional powerhouses of the PA Posse provided a masterclass in resilience, even as the community rallies around a fallen star in the wake of a terrifying injury at Williams Grove. With the All Star Circuit of Champions firing off their 2026 campaign and a record shattering cup presence in tonight's Bristol Truck Field, the sport has reached a fever pitch of crossover intensity. I'm Russ Fritz.
And I'm Nathan Johns, telling you to strap in tight because this isn't just racing.
This is Switchin Grooves. Nathan, I hope you've got your notebook and your focus locked in because we're covering a massive amount of territory tonight in this episode. We've
There is
gone
an
from the
awful lot.
we've gone from the brutal tire shredding surface of the rock in North Carolina to the concrete high banks of Bristol. And I've got the technical fallout from a PA posse weekend that was as emotional as it was fast. Nathan,
Oh yeah.
we're following a new flow today. We're hitting the asphalt first.
Oh
Right
no.
up there with the NASCAR National Series results and news. And then we're diving into the mud with the massive 2026 preview for the All Star Circuit of Champions and the latest on the Macri injury. So, Nathan, let's talk about The Rock. Okay, back
It
last weekend, April 3rd, Rockingham Speedway proved it hasn't lost any of its tire eating character. As
not at
usual,
all.
Corey Heim is essentially playing a different sport right now. And driving the Tricon #1, Heim held off a teammate, Caden Honeycutt, for his second straight win in a 1-2 organization sweep. It was a strategic masterclass in tire management on a surface that was dropping more than 2 seconds off starting speeds in less than 20 laps. And
I honestly we need to talk about Corey Heim because he's in a league of his own. But I gotta feel bad for Caden Honeycutt. That dude has come everywhere but in first. And I'm really hurting for him because he had every chance to win that race and his teammate got in the way. I mean, it's pretty bad when your own teammate costs you a win being the lap car. That was definitely hard to watch.
Jason loves our intro music. Well, thank you, Jason. We appreciate that. I actually have to thank a really, really good friend of mine for making the entire video for me.
I just realized I wasn't able to see that part. I'm missing the comments.
And my good friend Jonathan Filipkowski actually made that for me when I started this. Well, not right off the bat, but once it started getting bigger and more popular, I actually had someone make something, and it needed a better intro than what we were doing. Believe me, we've come a long way since our first episode. So,
Oh no, I
but
missed it. No. Oh, I need to put the broadcast on.
they're on the TV right now. Now they got modifieds on the track. So,
Don't mind me. I'm
but
watching the truck race while we're on Switching
so
Grooves. I completely missed that part.
standings were shaken up because Chandler Smith was actually disqualified after a post race technical violation. So, well, that's all you, man. I didn't watch a whole lot of NASCAR this past weekend. I spent most of my time with my kids.
I was trying to pull up the broadcast because apparently I'm missing the truck race, and Corey Heim just got wadded up from what I'm reading from Jason.
Well, that DQ actually allowed Honeycutt to tie Heim for the points lead. Although Heim isn't running for the title, but the headline for tonight is the field at Bristol. We have 7 full-time Cup drivers: Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain, Christopher Bell, Daniel Suarez, Chase Briscoe, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and Carson Hocevar are all suiting up for the truck race. It's the most Cup drivers in a truck field in history, and it has the fans at the Coliseum buzzing.
Sorry, I'm listening.
Show, you're gonna watch a show.
I'm being both. I didn't even hear what you said. I literally, I don't know what you're saying on that end. For some reason, it's not coming up. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, Jason. Honeycutt got robbed last week, so I don't feel like it should surprise me at all with the way that one's been. For some reason, I am only getting the. Maybe it's because I don't have my Wi-Fi on. That's on. I don't know. I'll find it later. But yeah, the Cup race was, or not the Cup race, the truck race. I felt was kind of rough. When it came to tire wear was bad with the truck race. The big story I think of the weekend was the ARCA race and Xfinity double, or not Xfinity, O'Reilly double with Cleetus McFarland. I honestly kind of saw the results coming from the O'Reilly race, but I was very impressed with Cleetus when it came to the ARCA race. Rant got his first career top 5 in the ARCA series, and proceeded to undo anything good he did in the O'Reilly race and basically drive it over his head and go 3 wide on lap 6, I think. Not a great look for him. Definitely not great. I forget what I was going to say with that. I had my notes written down and I forgot them in the other room. Let me see. I was trying to see what else I had pulled up for that. Here we go. I don't know if Russ is back yet. It seems like he was having connection issues. I'm looking to see if he came back yet. I do not know if Russ is. Oh, okay. He was MIA for a second.
I just had you on the spotlight and my mic muted.
Oh, well, that's what I didn't know because all of a sudden you stopped moving on my screen.
Well, I figured if I spotlighted you, you would actually pay attention.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot for. I've spent a lot of Easter on the road. For all those who didn't know yet, happy Easter if you celebrate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the truck race and the ARCA race and the O'Reilly parts race. I didn't get to enjoy a whole lot of it because we were on the road a lot. But yeah, I was home. Yeah, you got to stay home. I didn't. But hello, howdy, Chuck. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about The Rock only having truck and O'Reilly. I really want to have them see Cup. I think that'll bring. They keep putting the for sale sign up right after the races are over. I really think if they take Cup in there, I feel like we could get an insane race because these cars can't get, these cars really can't get out of control. But we have problems with tire wear. We can't seem to get a tire that doesn't wear out extremely fast, or we get one that's way too hard and it doesn't wear at all. So I kind of hope The Rock sticks around. What is it?
I know how to fix that problem. Go back to the
get
old
rid of
car
the next
and the
gen
old
car.
tire.
That is an accurate statement. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about tires later on because I still don't quite agree with some of the headlines this week. But yeah, there was quite a bit of tire wear issues, but there was also a lot of inexperienced driver issues that were covered during the race. I mean, from Cleetus going 3 wide on lap 6 from I think he was 36th, then went up to 32nd, and then decided he was just going to take on the world and almost wad up the entire back half of the field, to get punted by his teammate, to, for lack of better terms, almost having the impact of the race and coming within, I would think, mere inches, or if not half inches, of hitting a spinning car at full speed. The best way to describe it was ARCA brakes, for sure. That was definitely an ARCA brakes moment. Almost got clobbered and somehow got away with it. But yeah, I don't like to rag on Cleetus because he is a fellow YouTuber, but at the same time, that was one of those humbling moments for him. Definitely was not a great race for him. Yes, that is a very accurate statement, Chuck. I hate to say it, but that he is about the gimmickiest gimmick NASCAR has had. And unfortunately, there's quite a bit of gimmicks, but that one's probably the worst out of all of them. I know we've covered it in the past about Cleetus, kind of being able to bypass the system of going up through the ranks, and would not be surprised if he makes a Cup Series start by the end of the year. And it's getting old. Fortunately, NASCAR came to their senses and they did not approve him for Talladega this week. So for those who haven't seen, Cleetus applied for the Talladega race next week, or not next week, I think it's 2 weeks from now, and was denied. So we're all saved of having a Cleetus Screaming Eagle Talladega. Whew. Yeah, I hate to say it. I'm kind of glad he's not there, although it would have made at least the Truck Series broadcast a little bit more enjoyable because, Jamie Little puts us all to sleep with how boring they are. Sorry. I got to state the obvious. They're pretty bad. But I mean, kind of a dull race, I feel like, for me. There was a little bit of excitement, but it wasn't like overwhelming excitement. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it is a truck race, Kevin. That is a very good point, but then again, it is a truck race, and I've never actually seen a very big crowd for the truck race ever. Even at Bristol, they've never really had a good one on Thursdays. What is it?
Is that trucks? Oh boy. No,
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a full crowd for a truck race ever. I don't, unless they did a double with the O'Reilly, or if they did a triple header with the O'Reilly, the ARCA, and the Xfinity all in one, O'Reilly, ARCA, and trucks all in one day. I still don't think you're going to get a full crowd ever. The trucks really don't bring big names.
Like we said before, though, the trucks are actually putting on a lot better show than the Cup Series anymore with this car.
And that's the sad part is, they put on a better show than the Cup Series, but the Cup Series gets a full crowd because they're the headlining show for the week.
Like I was watching.
Yeah, I mean, you're right with that too, Kevin. You're also right with that.
I was watching Matt and his show Break Hard earlier, and he was talking about that stuff. And NASCAR at Talladega has decided to shorten the stages, the last 2 stages.
Yeah, for fuel saving.
Help with fuel savings. Well, I got an idea. Let's just get rid of the damn stages. There you go.
Why don't we just stop beating around the bush? We'll just get rid of the stages. And
they're having such a hard time figuring out this tire. Okay, well, you made the tire twice as freaking wide as it used to be. You're gonna have a hard time making a damn thing wear out.
They haven't been able to zero in it. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Last year we had 2 different races. We had one where the tire didn't wear out at all, and Kyle Larson won. And then we had the tire where it just wore out like crazy, and Christopher Bell won. Unfortunately, it sounds like we're going to have another one of the spring races from last year. So, unfortunately, I'll probably pick Kyle Larson to win because if he qualifies good, there is no passing. whoever qualifies in the pole will probably end up winning the race because
Well, yeah,
they haven't figured this out yet.
this car is not aero worth a shit at all.
There's so
This
much
car
drag.
sucks.
There's so much
And
drag. They just need to get rid of it.
you know,
It's junk.
nobody's happy with it. More people are leaving the sport now. Now the Gen 6 car wasn't too bad. I could take that, you know.
Jason, that's
But
the only comment you've made so far that I want to disagree with. They need to just get rid of stage racing altogether because the local, unless it's something different on pavement racing, the local dirt track racing does not need stages. Run the 25 laps and be done with it. There needs to be no stages whatsoever in racing altogether.
I think what he's saying is how the local racing is more of like dirt track racing. It's heat races and stuff like that. I think that's kind of his point there.
I mean, okay, I can understand that one.
And that's
But I
what
would have
that's
thought stages would have been the different classes running.
well, yeah,
They
but
just need to not have stages, period. Like,
no,
if
and
you're
I
going to run the heat races, and then run the actual feature. But you're not going to run like 50 heat races in one day. You know, we've got 40 cars on track. You don't really need heat races. They should just, if you're going to run a heat race style race, just call it qualifying. Go by owner's points or whatever.
if I wanted to
You
watch
know,
a dirt track format, I would watch dirt track racing. It's what makes NASCAR different.
well,
And
heck, we got rid of dirt
they've
track
ruined it.
racing at Bristol because it wasn't any good. Just let dirt be dirt and pavement be pavement anymore because it just doesn't make sense to me. It's very frustrating because they say that they're listening to the fans. And the fans say the races are getting boring with fuel saving. Well, yeah, then
Before we
why
keep
cut the stages? Just cut the cut axe stages altogether. Why not? Why make them shorter? Just get rid of them.
well, let's
Make it one
backtrack a
big
little.
long stage.
Let's backtrack a little. We're kind of going off course here.
Okay.
So moving on from the truck series, um, we'll just keep right on
Arca and
going.
O'Reilly. Arca and
So
O'Reilly I actually did cover a little bit of.
so Saturday at Rockingham was actually history of the making, and 19-year-old William, how do you say that? Sawalich?
William Sawalich.
Sawalich.
Don't ask
He
me.
actually became
That's
the
just how I
youngest
said it.
winner in Rockingham history. So he became
That sounds right.
the youngest winner in Rockingham history across any of NASCAR's top series. He led 80 laps in the JGR 18 and snapped a 5-race winning streak held by Junior Motorsports. Nathan, JGR has officially found their short track mojo.
Oh yeah.
I
And
mean,
they were reeling him in too.
and like we were talking, the technical story of the day was actually the debut of Cleetus McFarland driving the RCR number 33. He qualified P35 and fought through multiple spins and finished 32nd. So not much there. Mark
Yeah,
Martin
I
gave him a
covered that. I
yeah,
covered that with getting punted by his teammate.
Mark Martin actually gave him a huge shout out on his podcast, actually saying Cleetus was over his skis and at times, but his driving talent saved the car from several sure wrecks. Sawalich actually now enters Bristol as $100,000 dash for cash favorite, and that puts him alongside Brandon Jones, Justin Allgaier, and Raji Carruth. So
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know.
I forgot about that. Yeah, Squirrel McNutt was in the field also. I was actually surprised with them. That is a very good point, Jason. Even though Cleetus really didn't do that great in the O'Reilly race, him and George were quite impressive in the ARCA race. I think I was more impressed with George, Squirrel McNutt, has he made a start at all in ARCA prior to this point? I mean, at least not televised, I haven't seen. I think that's what the first or second race I've seen him start, and I was quite impressed. They had like 28 cars, and I think he finished ninth, which is, I think that's better than Cleetus did in his first race. I mean, super speedway to Rockingham, but what?
Kevin was still on here. It's
Oh,
actually a
I didn't even hear
coworker of
Kevin.
mine, and
I didn't even see I didn't hear what you talking about at first. Yeah, I actually completely forgot about him, Jason, just because I guess they cover Cleetus so much. But now that you mention it, he actually impressed me quite a bit. I mean, Cleetus obviously scoring his first top 5 was cool, but he did race a Hickory prior. Okay, so then that's what his second career start though in the ARCA series in what, a week. That's kind of cool in my opinion. I mean, he did really good compared to everybody who's been doing it for how long. That's kind of cool to see. Sorry, I didn't mean to get off track with that.
The Cup Series returns from its Easter break this weekend at Bristol as well. And the news is electric. Hendrick Motorsports confirmed that
Alex
Alex
Bowman is
Bowman
back.
is Alex Bowman is cleared and he will be
Yay.
back in the 48. He's missed 4 races with vertigo symptoms and is sitting 36 in points. So the
Ugh.
pressure to win and get that chase waiver is astronomical for him.
Oh yeah.
And
I
it's gonna be tough.
I kind of have I don't think he will win this week, but I do think he will do good. Alex Bowman, really out of all the Hendrick drivers, is one of the better at Bristol. I mean, obviously Kyle Larson is really good at Bristol, but I read somewhere that his last few starts at Bristol are of the better ones of the Hendrick team. Like Chase Elliott really hasn't been very good at Bristol. Byron has not been good at Bristol, but Larson and Bowman are the better of the 4 drivers at Bristol. So I'm kind of excited to see how that works. I'm hoping that, he comes out just kicking the door down and runs top 5, top 10 all day and ends up just making it happen. So I'm kind of hoping that it goes good. But we'll see what happens. I got to go back and check a few of my notes real quick because there was some other stuff I wanted to cover this week too.
Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson are the odds-on favorites for Sunday's Food City 500.
Yes.
Larson is looking to break a 31 race winless streak at one of his best tracks. And with a new tire compound debuting to combat the extreme tire wear we saw in 2024, the strategy is going to be wide open as teams try to manage degradation.
Yes. Before I forget, and I almost missed this highlight from Rockingham, we had a false alarm. We did not have one big accident at Rockingham. It was just water. It's a false alarm. There was a clip going around that the jet drivers were leaking fuel again. Don't worry, guys. The track official went out and tasted it. It's just water. Still really funny, but
I don't believe
just
they
water.
I don't believe they use jet dryers anymore. I think it's all just air powered.
Well, he was worried it was fuel on track, and it made me laugh. And he went out and sniffed it and then licked his hand. Just water. I couldn't help laugh at that one. That was one of the funnies from Rockingham. I honestly thought that was way funnier than I thought it was going to be. I thought for sure we were going to have a bunch of one big inferno. Anybody get the pun there? I was waiting for that. Yeah, they have air titans. I know that. I was kind of hoping we were going to have some sort of entertainment with that one. We actually went to the night race last year, Jason. We didn't go to the Food City one. We went to they used to call it the Sharpie race. Now it's an NRA night race or whatever it is.
I was at the Food City 500 in 2024 when they did have all that tire wear. And NASCAR was actually, we were in the infield and NASCAR was scrambling with Goodyear to get the tires or the team's extra sets of tires. And when
Jason.
I was standing there watching on all those teams, just man, it was just like that Buc-ee's grand opening. And no, we're not going to discuss that. We're not going to discuss that on the show. I'm telling you.
No, that'll be another episode someday. That was bad.
You do that one alone.
We'll never get out of there, just like the parking lot.
But,
one more thing before I forget, because I want to make sure I cover this before we start our dirt stuff. NASCAR shortened the stage lengths for Talladega, but they also, in reaction to cutting the stages, they have brought back preseason thunder. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have any sound effects. I was just having fun. They brought back preseason thunder for Daytona. So hopefully hopefully, fingers crossed, that this next year we'll have an answer to the fuel saving. I don't even have a good word for it. It's stupidity. I was trying to find a more accurate word, but that's the best way to put it. So we will have preseason testing. I'm hoping they just make it all speed weeks. Go straight from Bowman Gray right down to Daytona. And we start right from there. Have a whole week's worth of testing. I honestly wonder if it'll be open to the public. It'll be kind of cool to see if it is. But yeah, we're gonna have preseason Thunder starting in 2027, and hopefully this will be the end of 50% throttle for 95% of the race.
What did you say we're gonna have? Preseason Thunder?
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. That's what they're calling it. Just without the booms.
Second.
I was getting creative. Ha, ha, ha. Preseason Thunder. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I see what you did there. That was good. I didn't know we had that option. Well played. Well played. I heard it. It was well played.
But whatever.
Well played. Well played. I like that. That was well played. But yeah,
you said that, and I was just sitting here. You said that about the sound effects. I was just sitting here, so I went
messing over to
with
it. Yeah,
I went over to the other section. And was like, I've never really played with it before.
Yeah, now's a chance. So. Yeah, I'm excited to see preseason Thunder back. I am kind of frustrated it had to get to this point, but at least we're getting something retro back. I mean, I'm excited to see that. I don't think they're actually going to do anything with it, but what we need to have preseason Thunder at these tracks that we have no tire wear at. We need to get a good compound, bring a bunch of different compounds. We'll see which one wears out because these tires suck. I don't want to get fined like Tony Stewart had, but if they can't make a good tire, they need to drop out of the sport. Bring Hoosier or Firestone back or whatever the other guys are running. But I saw that video clip and it made me think, man, what would Tony Stewart think right about now?
Probably don't want to know.
Honestly, I kind of thought they were going to go back. I mean, they did take the Garage 56 car to, I forget what they called the track now. They did take it there, and I was kind of bummed that didn't, turn into a exhibition race over there. Even, I don't even know if we, have it postseason, maybe during the off season, a one-off race just to, have fun with it. Suzuka, that's probably what it was. I mean, they did it a long time ago, but I really think if they did a one-off race would be kind of cool. I feel like, or even if we went to Canadian Tire.
That was a long time ago.
That was like, what, 96, 97, or maybe 97, 98?
Oh, they used to go there a long time ago in the early 90s.
That's what I was saying. As I know they did it when Gordon was around because I remember seeing it because they had, well, actually it might have been 99 because Dale Jr. and Dale Sr. were both in cars. I remember that because I think they did the throwbacks for Trackhouse for it. I thought that was 1999, but I don't remember. Don't fact check me yet. I got to look that up eventually. But I mean, I would love to see them race. I mean, obviously we have a Mexico race last year. I would love to see us racing in other tracks. Honestly, I kind of want to see what would happen if they went to Bathurst. I think that will be awesome. SVG came onto our territory. We need to go into his territory with the Cup cars. I think that will be cool. I feel like I know where that is, Chuck, but you're going to have to remind me where that is because I've heard of it, but I don't remember where it is. Mosport Park. That was it. Twin Ring Motegi? That might have been what it was. I remember them racing together, but I didn't remember what track it was. But I feel like if we're going to have a car that looks like the V8 supercars, we might as well run it on Bathurst and see if it's actually just like the V8 supercars. I mean, even though we don't have a current Camaro, it wouldn't be like it's that bad. Oh, Christopher Bell won the truck race. So for anybody who's not watching, Christopher Bell won the truck race. But I kind of want to see more outside of the U.S. Exhibition races. Like obviously the road course in Mexico was, Silverstone. I think I forgot about them. That would be cool too. Silverstone or Bathurst or what was the I can't see them doing I can't see them doing the Nürburgring because that will be really bad. That'd be a long race.
They say more street races.
You said no more street races?
Oh, I say more street races.
I mean, I wouldn't be against that. You just got to find places to do it. That was going to be my next thing. I hadn't gotten that far yet, Chuck. I don't know if you have this in your notes yet, Russ, or not, but there is rumor that Camaro is coming back into production in 2027. As some of you may recall, Mike Joy put out I guess it's a post on X that all the dealers were in Las Vegas and NASCAR showed what it would look like. It wasn't a physical car, I guess, but I guess they put out the concept of what the car will look like for next year, I guess. So
what to say to that is Chevy needs to make up their damn mind.
Yeah, I want to see them go back to Montreal, Jason. That is true also. I like that race. I feel like that would be fun for the Cup cars. Although Robbie Gordon and Kevin Harvick going at it was it Robbie Gordon, Kevin Harvick? I forget now. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. These are so many good tracks.
I don't think Robbie Gordon and Harvick ever got into it.
Well, what was the one where Robbie Gordon and somebody else at Montreal? They used to race in Montreal, and
the one where he called him he's a piece of shit. Is that it?
Well, maybe it was Carl Edwards and no, that was Michael Waltrip at New Hampshire. I thought it was Robbie Gordon and Marcus Ambrose maybe at Montreal. Because I know that was it Kevin Harvick? I thought it was Kevin Harvick. Where they had that drag race to the line. They had the drag race to the line in it was the second year of Montreal.
Is that the one where Harvick won the race or Robbie Gordon was celebrating too, thinking that he won?
That's the track, but that's not Now, is it the same track that NASCAR raced on, Chuck? That's what I really want to know. Because that track that NASCAR ran on was really cool. I want to see the Cup cars run that. Because it was nationwide, when the Nationwide Series ran that track, it was always soaking wet, but it was really good. Yeah, that's what it was. Michael Waltrip and Robbie Gordon at New Hampshire. That's the track that I go to this year. I finally get to check all the tracks on the East Coast off.
The sad part about that one was I don't know who the hell the bigger crybaby is out of the two.
I saw a clip this week and I thought it was funny and I didn't realize this. Did you know that Michael Waltrip, when he hired Clint Boyer, hired the same guy that called him the biggest idiot in the NASCAR Cup Series? I forgot about that clip. It is pretty funny. Chandler Smith won the 50,000 with the triple truck challenge. Not the 500,000, just the 50,000. Because Corey Heim got wrecked. Oh, well. It's kind of nice to see somebody not just waxing the field every week. Sorry, Corey Heim, but, gotta share the sandbox. Let some other people win. Oh, and Katie and Honeycutt. I guess this is the chase. Sorry. I forgot about that. Okay. Sorry, I was looking at the standings for the truck race. But, I kind of want to see the Cup Series go to different tracks. Different countries, ideally. But, if we can't do different countries, at least different tracks that NASCAR has raced in before. Oh, I'm so glad I'm listening to Switchin Grooves and not the broadcast. I forgot Jamie Little was live. Oh, no. But
So
yes,
I'm gonna go ahead and move on because
go ahead. Start your dirt stuff.
we're 35 in. We got about 25
I know
left.
I got
So
distracted. Go ahead. Start your dirt stuff.
so Nathan, turning to the dirt, the PA posse has actually been delivering a master class in both triumph and heartbreak. On April 3rd at Williams Grove, 18-year-old Steven Snyder Jr. parked it for his first career Grove win in the Hefner car. Snyder is actually running a massive 60 race schedule this year, and there is a heavy rumor that he's the prime candidate to jump into the Chad Boat Spire Motorsports equipment that we've seen Logan Seavey and Ty Gibbs driving out west. But, however, the celebration at the Grove was cut short by a terrifying crash involving Anthony Macri. After getting around Steven Snyder for the lead, the concrete kid actually bicycled on the cushion up in turn 3 and hooked the outside wall. Didn't look very bad, but it was an awkward hit that actually saw the car land hard on all four wheels. Macri has actually been diagnosed with compression fractures of his T4 and T5 vertebrae, which are located in the upper back. And he actually had a similar injury last year, I believe.
I
But
think Alex Bowman had similar also.
well, this is actually eerily similar to the injury Tyler Courtney suffered last year. And while Macri and his team shared a picture of him giving a thumbs up from the hospital, we likely won't see him back for at least a few months.
No.
So his absence is a massive blow to the Pennsylvania posse. He was actually fourth in wins nationally last year and had already snagged 3 wins in just 12 starts this year. So, I mean, that's a huge hit to the PA posse and everyone out there, but he's got to take it easy and rest up. He actually suffered a similar injury last year, and he was back in the car like within weeks. But this time, I don't see it happening that fast. So, unfortunate for him, but we wish him a speedy recovery, and we can't wait to see him back. So, um, I'll just move on over to the All Stars because this is what I was going to talk about in the first place. But we kind of switched things up tonight. So, Nathan, let's talk about a series that is actually very close to home, especially for me. This weekend actually marks the start of year number 2 for the All Star Circuit of Champions under Rich Farmer. I have to tell you, Farmer and his team are doing a world class job with this series. We were actually supposed to start racing tonight at Attica, but
It's a little wet.
unfortunately, unfortunately, it's a little too wet and it's been raining all day, so it kind of sucks. But Attica's only about 25 minutes from my house, so it would have been exciting. Hopefully I can make it there tomorrow, but unfortunately the rain won tonight and we called it off. Tomorrow is still a go, and they have actually bumped the times up to beat the cold. So
Yay.
we've got a massive roster this year. 13 drivers are signed on to run full time. The champions, well, last year's driver champion Caleb Henry is actually back in the running boxer 101. He had 4 wins last year and is the clear title favorite. Cale Thomas is back in the Rudzik 49X, and he actually won the owner's title last year after a wild midseason firing, not even midseason firing. Uh, he ran like 2 or 3 races in the Shark Racing 1A car before Ashton Torgerson got hired, and then they fired him, and he came back. So it was crazy, but I did a whole show on that. I'm not going to get into it real deep. So some new faces, though. Zach Hampton moves over from the Outlaws Tour to drive the Ceiling number 97 car this year. Dominic Selzy recently said Hampton is actually going to be lighting Ohio on fire because of the speed that he gained racing nationally with the Outlaws. And then there's Logan McCandless, the 23-year-old from Mercer, who is actually going to be a huge factor on the Pennsylvania side of things. So
I
he's
can attest Logan is one of the well-known names over here in PA. So I know he's
definitely
been to
gonna
Mercer, and I know he's been to Lernerville a few times.
he's definitely gonna be a favorite to win at those Pennsylvania tracks. So
Oh yeah,
keep an eye on him. Then we've got some young phenoms. Bryce Lucius actually just signed uh, on Monday to run full time, and he's only 19 years old. But he actually swept the first two nights of Ohio Speed Week last year, and he is actually a legitimate top five threat, if not top three. You've also got Bobby Elliott, finally back after an injury sidelined his 2025 campaign, and Joey Amantia. I try to make sure I pronounce that right. Joey Amantia in the 88J. But then there's the veterans, the Steel City Outlaw, which is Tim Schaefer. He's back in a new ride this year, the '01.
and they
He's
just released his
58.
karting schedule.
He's 58, Nathan, but that guy can still get it done.
That's why they
Rounding out
call
the
him the Steel City Outlaw.
rounding out the full timers are actually Zane DeVault, Keith Sheffer Jr., Cody Bova, Todd King, and Leighton Wagner. So this is actually a pretty good field for the All Stars, a regional tour, and I'm excited to see how things go down this year.
I will
But the
say
over
Cody Bova and Leighton Wagner are pretty much regulars at Lernerville, so they're going to be probably just as good as Logan McCandless. Maybe a little bit less because Logan's a little bit more funded, but they'll definitely be ones to watch on the PA side also.
interesting to see. Excuse me.
Sorry.
But the overall 2026 tour features 33 races across 5 states. Not a huge footprint,
Yeah,
but they're actually paying out over $1 million in purse money this year.
that's
The season
crazy.
the season highlight is actually the 44th annual Ohio Sprint Speed Week, which actually kicks off June 12th at Attica and ends with a 10,000 to win show at Atomic. Uh, and I'm going to tell you what, last year, Danny Dietrich come over here and just stole it away from everybody.
Oh yeah.
Nobody expected it, but it was actually an exciting speed week, and hopefully I get to follow that like I want to this year in person. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to get the dirt season going finally here locally, and oh god, it's just great. I love it. But the UMPs are on now, so I'm back. Okay, so oh Kevin, but man, this is just getting insane with these back injuries. Now we've got to do something there. Macri is actually a chasm safety systems customer, and him getting hurt doesn't really help their image any. And I'm not trying to badmouth them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if they have drivers that have their equipment in their car,
Well,
then they need to
this
figure
isn't the
something out.
first time we've seen that. I wouldn't say that style of accident, but I mean it's just I feel like it's the nature of sprint car racing. I mean, I know for a fact that Alex Bowman had a very similar looking crash. Like you said, Tyler Courtney had a very similar crash, landing square on the ground. I almost feel like that's a nature and one of the risks that is always present when it comes to sprint car racing. I'm not saying anything is wrong with sprint car racing. That's just one of the behind this. I would not behind the scenes, but one of the existing risks of racing that every driver knows. I mean, obviously it could end your career, but that is one of the risks you take when you go out there and race sprint cars. I mean, with Alex Bowman, Tyler Courtney, now Anthony Macri, they all had similar crashes where you land square. I almost feel like that's one of the risks you take with open wheel racing because modifieds could do that. Micro sprints. I mean, late models and pro stocks, not so much because they're not open wheel. But I mean, still landing square is still going to hurt. Even with the NASCAR Cup Series cars, if you flip over and land square on the pavement on all four wheels, obviously it's going to hurt. but I feel like, that's just one of the risks you take. And it's just, I feel like we're going through a stretch where a lot of similar accidents are occurring. I mean, one in the last 2 years at least. We had not 2 years, 3 years. This year, last year, and the year before, I think, was when Bowman had his accident. I think that's right.
Before I continue talking about that, I actually forgot to put this in my notes.
Oh
And
no.
the All Stars are actually also offering a Champions Challenge bonus. Now, that bonus is, oh, I dropped my phone. Well, that
Oh no.
bonus is you. Here's this is coming from the All Stars website. You won your track title, you won your regional series. Now you can do it against the All Stars, or can you do it against the All Stars? Any 2025 non All Star Sprint Car champion who can take the 2026 title actually walks away with an extra $10,000. So,
That's a lot.
but the All Stars are, oh my gosh, they've got like, oh, they have one show that is 20,000 to win. They have
You win that race, you get 30,000.
they have a show that is 15,000. All the Speed Week shows are 7,500 to win, and they have like 8 shows that are 5,000 to win. And I'll tell
That's
you,
crazy.
if you run this series and do well, you can make a decent amount of money. I mean, you're not going to get your entire investment back. It's never going to happen. But for a smaller regional or local team that is looking to do a little bit of traveling, they can get a pretty decent return.
Yeah.
So it's great to see what they are doing with this series, and that Brad Sweet and Kyle Larson are just letting Rich Farmer do what Rich Farmer does. And
Yeah.
love him or hate him, the guy knows how to run a show, the guy knows how to run a series, and he does it very, very well. So, I mean, he just knows the business inside and out.
Oh yeah.
So congratulations to them on their second year, and they're doing a great job. Keep up the great work.
I
But
saw something about Tanner Holmes is going to be invading PA Posse land this week. I saw something about Baps. I think
we
he's
actually
running
have,
Baps this week.
who the hell we have? I think we have Spencer Baston and Tyler Courtney coming here to Attica
Yeah.
from the high limit side, because high limit's off again this week. So
I saw Tanner Thorson in the 13 was at least going to Baps. I forget what other tracks they said, but the PA
13.
Posse put something out.
I mean, Tanner
Somebody
Holmes,
if they yeah, Tanner Holmes, that's what I meant. Yes.
Thorson's in
Sorry.
the 88 car
I said it wrong.
or
It
80,
was
'87 car.
Tanner Holmes. I said it
But
wrong. But yeah, I did see that he's invading Posse territory because they put a big wanted poster out on it. They're trying to beat him, I guess. So I thought that was interesting.
whole list of guys going. I forgot to pull up the list, but I'm not going to worry about it now. But yeah, there's a whole list of
Yeah.
guys going to Pennsylvania, and only a couple coming here. So
Well, I know
we'll
that
see.
we were supposed to have tests and tunes today, and it's absolutely pouring here. I think Sharon was supposed to run. I don't know if they actually ran. I know that Lernerville canceled their test and tune tonight because it was pouring down rain there. Like our seasons here don't start until April 24th at Lernerville. I don't know about anybody else, but I know that Mercer canceled their Chiller Thriller where they were supposed to get a bunch of people. So,
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Jason. We appreciate you, man.
yes, thank you
And
again, Jason.
we'll see you in the next one, man.
Yep.
But yeah,
Sorry.
Mansfield actually has their test and tune coming up here in about 3 weeks too. So
I'm getting excited about that. See how
yeah,
that track
so am I.
looks.
I can't wait to see cars on that track and see how they do with it. I mean, they put a whole new surface down. They've revamped the entire facility. I mean, they're
They
doing
got
a
a
great
motocross
job.
track now.
Yeah, they're doing a great job with that, and I can't believe the
The
amount of money that.
only thing they're missing is a go kart track. Then they've got my business.
And Matt Tift, I can't believe how much money the man has dumped into the place. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, hopefully it works out for him. And like I said before, I think he's doing it the right way. So,
I'm excited to see how it turns out.
but I think we need to wrap it up, Nathan, and
Oh yeah,
call it a night. So, but
getting tired.
mark your calendars, Nathan, for a packed weekend.
Oh yeah,
NASCAR is
at Bristol.
Tennessee National Guard 250, Army National Guard 250 tonight at Bristol, and the Food City 500 Sunday.
And then
High
we
limit
got
racing.
we have something coming up in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series tomorrow. I forget what the race is called.
That's why I didn't put it in.
Suburban Propane 300. That's
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay. So high limit racing, their hiatus ends next week uh, on Friday at Lakeside Speedway for the Hasty Bake Kansas City Clash, and the World of Outlaws. They are at I-55 tonight for the Federated Auto Parts Spring Classic, and also tomorrow night. All-Star Circuit of Champions, their Spring Nationals at Attica Raceway Park will start tomorrow since tonight got canceled. And that will include the 410s and the UMP late models. Always want to say limited late models because that's what they used to run there when I was a kid, man.
I just call them
And
crates. I think.
the Fremont Speedway opens its 75th anniversary season next Saturday, April 18th, with Remembering the 50s Scouting of America Night. So getting excited for the local season to get going, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But the current window of competition has actually cemented a definitive shift toward short track and high skill environments. The record breaking win at Rockingham and successful return of key veterans to the Cup fields signal a turning point for the organizational depth in the NASCAR ranks. In the dirt world, the expanded regional schedules and the high profile injury to a top contender actually highlight the extreme risk slash reward profile of sprint car racing. As the circuit descends on the high banks of Bristol, the primary question remains whether the established short track masters can finally break the season long stranglehold actually held by the current points leaders and their respective manufacturer camps. But remember, we bring you race recaps, professional breakdowns, and all those adrenaline packed moments every week. Whether you live for those sideways, mudslinging, dirt track sliders, or the door banging, paint trading action in NASCAR, you belong right here. Hit that subscribe button now so you never miss a finish. And until next time, keep switching grooves. I'm Russ Fritz,
And I'm Nathan Johns.
and we're telling you to race hard,
Stay safe.
and we'll see you there. Good night.
Good night, everybody.